Gerry, if you'd like to come.
How we doing, guys? So I hear, too, a heavy heart like most of us here. Many of us here touched by someone that is either still struggling with this disease, lost someone we love to this disease, or is, hopefully recovered from this disease. Hopefully by spreading a little bit of my story, where I've come from, where I've gone, hopefully it can instill a little bit of hope that no addict seeking recovery need die from this disease again. I won't get into too much of my drug story, but I've been an addict for a long time. For a long time, I was using substances to cope with emotional issues, whatever else. Bad day, I got high. Good day, I got high. It's just that's what I knew. Even before that, before a substance, my first love, I got my first dirt bike when I was 7, 8 years old, and that was my first obsession. That's what I remember staring out the window at school at. Can't wait to get home and shred, and the addict behavior started. I'm 10 years old, stealing 40 cents, stealing my chocolate milk so I could have 40 cents to go put in my tank to shred. That's addict behavior. When I was 11 years old, I was pushed down a flight of stairs, broke my wrist, could no longer ride, so I still had all of these issues and never had a solution, never knew what to do with any of these emotions. So I used, that was the first time I drank, for emotional issues. I didn't like the way I felt. I put a substance in me and it changed the way I felt. And that went on for many years. Like I said, I won't beat up my drug history, but my addiction took me to places that I thought it would never take me, do things I never thought I would do, hurt people I never believed I could hurt, people that I loved the most. It wasn't until my third overdose, which is June 28th, 2017, that I was finally willing and able to surrender. That it was pretty safe to say my life had become powerless over my disease, and it was unmanageable the way I'd been living it, using substances to cope with these emotions. At that moment, I checked myself into Brockton High Point. So I knew I had exhausted all of my resources. I needed some coping skills. I had no idea how to deal with good emotions, bad emotions, happy emotions, sad emotions. Needed to be shown a new way to live, because the way I was living wasn't working for me or anyone else in close proximity to me. So that's when I became open to some suggestions. On the powers that be. I saw people before me in that facility working in the field that had been there, done that before, done some of the things that I have done, and felt some of the ways that I have felt, and were able to recover from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body, and spirit, and started showing me a way, started connecting me to the resources that are out there, the Champion program, the Gosnells of the world, the High Points of the world, places like this that I didn't know could help me so much, and most importantly, to a fellowship. Fellowship started teaching me new coping skills, new things to do with these emotions besides just bury them, or celebrate because of them. I don't have to get high or drink when I have a bad day. I don't have to get high or drink when I have a great day, and so through working a program of recovery, not just abstinence. That's something that I got twisted for a long time too. I figured I just had a substance issue. If I abstain from my substance, my issue should resolve, and that a lot of times wasn't the case. And that's how I could never seem to stay stopped. Every time I had trouble stopping, I had to be removed. Every time I was removed, I was never able to stay stopped until gaining some of these coping skills back. I saw that helping people helped. I started to hear these things that, if you want to keep it, you got to give it away, and stuff like that. And I saw that helping people is truly what makes the world go around. It's people here, just like you guys here and myself, that are willing to put our hands out. So that's what I tried to do. Since getting some substantial team clean time, I knew that that's what I wanted to be a part of. I knew I wanted to be an inspiration if I could. If I was able to maintain some sobriety through working a program of recovery, that it was not suggested, it was imperative that I try to pay this forward and pass it on, that we can recover. I don't know why I'm the lucky one. It's sad to say I've lost so many people close to me because of this disease, and the only thing I can think of is to put some hope out there that we can recover, if that's what we're seeking. There are resources and options available other than substance use. The fentanyl is crazy, and we're dropping out there, you know. But so people, like I said, people helping people for me is what makes the world go round. So if anyone out there is struggling, put your hand out. There is always someone willing to help. And even if you're not struggling or never struggled, put your hand out, because there's someone that might need the help. All right, thank you guys. I'm Gerry. I'm grateful to cover that.